for the first time, and Mayo's here. He's kind of been consistent the last few years, but throwing it down there with those kids as well. And you get out of it what you put in, and you can tell these guys are spending a lot of time at the track, and they know their cars, and they're comfortable with their setups, and they're not out here thrashing, changing setups every single run. They're really honing in on their tire program. They know what they like, and then they're just burning laps. Something that when you and I were starting out, part of the whole game was you had to cut your comm, you had to build your batteries, you had to do all these different things that took up a lot of your time. You couldn't be on the track, but nowadays with brushless motors, LiPo batteries, and 20-minute run time, you can go out there and just drive. So I think it's great for the racing, and the guys that are dedicated are out here showing it.
This is going to be the last time you're going to be able to turn a wheel for a while, because you got a busy couple weeks coming up here with trip down under for the 8-scale Buggy Worlds.
Yeah, looking forward to it. I think we have the strongest team we've probably ever had at a World Championship. Ongaro's top-ranked driver on the top 25 right now. I don't put a lot of stock in that whole thing because not everybody gets to race each other, but you look at his results over time. This last year, he's been really consistent. Obviously Cavallari's always in the mix. Spencer's got his game going. Kyle's been burning tank after tank after tank down under, hometown boy. So, I'm really confident in those four guys. But then we also have some other guys that can throw it in. Cole, obviously running really, really well this weekend. He's going as well. We have Alex from Australia as well. Jamie Clancy's been putting in a lot of work. So we have a pretty deep field beyond those four main guys that we have. So I'm excited. It's a long 2 weeks. It's not a long week. It's a long 2 weeks. So I'm not exactly happy about this schedule. It's a little too long. It's actually a lot too long in my opinion. I think you could do that race in probably 4 days if you had to. But spend 10 or 11 days practicing, building up for one 30-minute semi, an hour break, and an hour-long main to crown a world championship. It's really hard to pace yourself throughout the whole event. Making sure you're getting enough sleep, you're eating right, you're staying focused, and peaking at the right time is the key pieces of that event.
That's a big debate right now online, is the length of the World Championship. As you say, it's many, many days of just practice. Obviously, as you just said, it's too long. Many of the people online, it's too long. The manufacturers, it's just an extended cost to them. What's the solution to be able to tighten up the schedule? How do we make them understand that it is too long?
Yeah, I don't know if it's an entry limit problem because there's only 150 drivers. So, if the track's big enough, you can have, minimum 10 cars on the track, sometimes up to 15 for open practice stuff, and you kind of burn through stuff. I think a lot of it stems from just the practice runs are too long. I think we only run 2 or 3 times a day, but each run's 10 minutes long. So, nowadays you want to be able to go out and try something. You can feel it within 3 or 4 laps, especially the really good guys, and they want to come back, change something else, and go back out again. So, if they limited it down to maybe the first couple days are only 5-minute runs, so you get a little bit more track time, and you can kind of get tuned in a little bit faster. You can make your tire selection, your compound selection. I think that's one way to do it, but you got to cut days out. You could easily cut out 5 days out of this program. They don't have a rain day built in anymore, so it's not like you can use that as an excuse. It's tough. We could probably both look through the entry list and pick the top 30 guys of the event. I understand giving the opportunity to everybody, and a lot of times it's kind of revenue driven, for the host track to be able to have enough entries to pay for everything. But I think we got to find a solution that doesn't involve 2 weeks away from, regular jobs for some people, friends, family, all that stuff. It's a long time even for the general public to stay interested in an event. It's, 2/3 the length of the Tour de France.
It's a long time.
It's a long time. So, hopefully we can get IFMAR's ear at some point about the scheduling. Jeff's on the board now there, so I have a good relationship with him. So I'd like to find some time to talk with him and kind of brainstorm some ways to kind of clean up the schedule and make it more enjoyable for everybody.
Well, I'm sure you guys have, during that long time, you'll have plenty of time to talk to IFMAR. But we want to thank, on behalf of Jamie and Greg and everybody here at Trackside, you're just many and many years of support from Team Associated here at Trackside. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Yeah, like I said, if you haven't been here, you got to get here. One of the best tracks in the facility or in the world. not just the country. So come say hi to Jamie, Gregory, Scotty might even be here calling your club race. You never know. So hope to see you soon.
All right, thanks, BT. So there's a little bit of inside racing here this week, and his future. He's got a couple weeks, long weeks down at World Championship. It's going to be exciting World Championships down there for sure. I wish I could be there, but I'll be watching on LiveRC just like everybody else.
Doonan and Schmeling are done, looking for Letarte, Aron, and Vallone. Letarte, Aron, and Vallone. Just looking for Chris. Here comes Chris, and that's a race. 17 and a 10. That one's going to be Carter Schmeling. 17 and an 18 for Bryan Letarte. Good fight there. Dave Chapman 16.02. He was right there as well. Doonan 16 and an 11. Chris Aron 16 and a 13. Chuck Cottrill 15.02, and Frank Vallone on 14.